Hey guys, we are working on practice sheet 18. So we are going to look at our diagram here. So it says which best represents the relationship among integers, rational numbers, and whole numbers. So remember we learned natural, right, was our first one, which started with 1, then whole. Then we did integers, which is where our negatives start, but no fractions and no decimals, and then our largest one is rational, okay? Every number we know is rational. Everything we know is rational except for pi. That one is irrational, and we'll learn about that in 8th grade. So when we look at this, hopefully the first thing you can tell is it has to be A or D, because this and this one cannot be right because it's rational is not the largest. Rational is the biggest category. So I'm going to cross these off. Okay. Then we have to look at these two. Well, if you remember our diagram, they weren't separated like this. Okay. Remember they were like natural, whole, integer, rational. So they're like concentric, one inside the other, which is going to be this one. Okay. Whole, it would be natural inside there, then whole, integer, rational. Okay. We want to make sure we get that. Now, what do we know about integers? No fractions, no decimals. That's what we know about integers. No fractions, no decimals. Okay. Oh, well, look at number 2. Circle all the numbers that are integers. The ones that are integers are no fractions unless they're trying to trick you. No decimals unless they're trying to trick you. So get rid of those. Everything else should be an integer. Number 3, get a formula chart. Don't lose your formula chart, okay? So when I look at this, remember the first thing I need to do is label whether I have a radius or a diameter, okay? So remember diameter is like double the radius. So like radius would be here, diameter doubles it. Okay. So I'm going to let you do that. Okay. Write your formula. Plug your numbers in. Do the math. Number 4. Juan entered a hot dog eating contest. He can eat 21 hot dogs in 6 minutes. At this rate, how long will it take him to eat 35 hot dogs? How long will it take? So we're talking about time. Okay. Set up and solve a proportion. So I'm going to have you do this because there's nothing tricky about it, but I will, just as a reminder, this is my ratio or my rate. And remember, just right there, I'm sorry, I messed that up. Just right here, I have enough to set up the proportion to give me an equation. Okay, I have enough right there to do that. I don't even need this one, but I do need it for the information to figure out how long it will take. Okay. Number 5, what is the constant rate of change? Answer can be left improper, guys. We've talked about this many times. Constant rate of change, delta y over delta x. Change. Delta means change, constant rate of change. Delta y, even though I put it on top, I find it on bottom first, okay? 8 plus what is 13? 13 plus what is 18? 18 plus what is 23? Hopefully you know that's plus 5 each time. Okay, now you find delta x. And that's going to go on bottom, okay? Now, number 6 is going to tell you, is the table on number 6 proportional? Remember, we already have a constant rate of change. Remember, we need 2 reasons. Either linear and goes through 0, 0, or constant rate of change and goes through 0, 0. We already know this has a constant rate of change. It tells us in here, and we're finding it in here. It has a constant rate of change. So now we have to figure out if it goes through 0, 0. So take this table back to see if it goes through 0, 0. Okay? So you will say the table is proportional because it has a constant rate of change and goes through 0, 0, or the table is not proportional, and I only need one reason, because it does not go through 0, 0. So show that up here, okay? Okay, this is where we left off before break. Guys, we need to make sure we can do this, okay? You can hopefully can tell this is multiply. This is arrows. This is arrows, okay? So I want you to do these by yourself. Let me check them. Solve and write answer in simplest form. So hopefully we know we do Texas, Texas, okay? So 10 times, I already ran it. We're going to change this to a 3. Change that to a 3. And I'm going to change it. I want that to be 33 over 10. Okay, and then 8 over 3. Okay, now there's a relationship here, and there's a relationship here. I would find those relationships if I were you. Okay, then you're going to make it mixed and make sure it's simplified. If you can find the relationship, guys, this one's so easy. These are both even. Okay, so I want you to solve that by yourself. Okay.